Alright, so we're getting ready to do chuck roast in the morning. I want to go ahead and do a little bit about my Pit Boss. This is a Pit Boss Series 7. Going to start my chuck roast in the morning. I figure I'd show you my Pit Boss now because it's going to be like really dark in the morning when I get started. I just had to replace the front screen on it, which is easy. It was an easy job to do. I've had this for 6 years, and that's the first thing I've ever had to replace on it. I love this smoker. Now, a lot of you are going to probably criticize me. I have never cleaned the inside of my smoker. As you can see, my glass is black. But, let me see if I can find a flashlight around here somewhere. I know I got one. But if you can see, the inside of my smoker, it is, it's not dirty. I mean, now I sweep it out after every use to get all the ash and soot out of it, so it won't cause an excess of fire. But I got a drip pan in it that I use, and then of course there's my water pan. I use it, keep it full all the time. Yeah, it's actually really clean, and I haven't cleaned the inside of it. If you use your drip pans, you use some foil, and keep everything decent, you're not going to have a problem really keeping it clean. But I love this smoker. This is a Pit Boss Series 7, so I believe this is the biggest upright vertical pellet smoker they make. But like I said, I love it. Never really had a problem with it. I keep my stack open full all the time. Ran into a situation one time where my stack, I actually had it down too far, and it caused my Pit Boss to overheat, and it took me a few minutes to figure out what exactly was wrong with it. But it caused it to overheat and shut down, which really sucks when you're trying to make dinner. But like I said, I've never cleaned my front glass. A lot of people are going to criticize me for that. You need to clean that, yada yada yada. Well, you know what? This thing is actually burnt in, and it's actually burnt in, and it's definitely broken. Let's just say it that way. It's broken. But going off the old theory of my father-in-law and some other people, you don't clean the inside of it unless you like really make a mess. And as you can see, the inside of mine after 6 years is not messy, and we use it all the time. One con, I guess I would have to say, and the only one I can really think of about this Pit Boss, is the side latch. The side latch, I wish it had done something a little bit different with it. I've seen some people actually drill into the side, drill into the door, and put extra latches on it. I just keep messing with mine until I get it adjusted right to where it'll stay shut, but sometimes it'll pop open on you. You got to keep an eye on that, because that right there will keep your food obviously not cooking. So I'll come out here tomorrow morning. We'll get our chuck roast started. I'm doing 2 chuck roasts. We're going to do it at 225, low and slow. And I plan on leaving it at 225 all day, so it's probably going to be about an 8-10 hour cook. Bring it up to about 165, and then we're going to pull it, put it in aluminum pans, cover it with aluminum foil, and bring it up to about 195, and that is going to be delicious. All right, the toppings for our chuck roast is just salt and garlic salt. That's what I like to use. I don't like to use a whole lot of stuff on my meat. I know a lot of people put all kinds of rubs and everything on there. I like to taste the meat itself. I don't want to taste everything else. So we just use a lot of salt and garlic salt. And before I cook, you notice I didn't have any racks in there to cook on. Well, this is why. It's because I'm burning them off from the last time I used them. And what I do is I put these in my grill and fire my grill up, get my grill nice and hot. And I'll actually scrub my grill, my grill plates. I'll actually scrub those before I put them back in. Now I've got UV gloves. I don't know if you guys have ever bought them or not. If you have a pair, they're just the UV glove. You can buy them on Amazon. They've had them out for a long time. Let me grab my coffee. They've had them out for a long time. I've actually got 4 pair of UV gloves here in my house. I got 2 inside, 2 outside. I love them. I can grab these racks, I can flip these racks, I can scrub them, I can do whatever I got to do, and my hands do not get hot at all. And the hub gloves I've got are actually pretty old. But this right here is how I actually burn mine off. It's a good way to do it. Any excess food or anything that was on there prior, you can burn off. You can scrub off with your scraper, and you don't have to. And like I said, I don't wash this stuff. I burn it. It kills all the germs when I burn it. It kills anything that's on it when I burn it. I don't wash this stuff because if you get into washing it, you're going to get into detergents and all kinds of stuff, and believe me, it's going to end up on your food. You don't want that. All right, so in the morning, we'll be out here bright and early, and we'll be getting our meat started, and I'll show you what the meat looks like first thing in the morning when I get it out. All right, it's 25 after 5 in the morning, and got about 5 minutes left to go. We've had the meat laying out for about an hour. Went ahead and put the probes in it, and this is what she's going to look like before she goes in. 2 nice slabs of chuck roast, and my wife would be proud of me because I actually got that right. But got both meat probes in, and we'll head on outside and take a look at the smoker. The smoker I've had going for about the same time, a little bit less time, maybe about 10-15 minutes less. I like to do about an hour burn off before I start smoking. That way I can make sure I got my smoker up to temperature. I've got my water already in the pan. I do keep water in my pan the whole time that I'm cooking. Even if it's a 10-hour cook, I'm out here every 45 minutes checking and adding water to it. I like keeping that moisture content in there, and that water also helps out with the smoke off and the heat. Right now I've got it, we're running 225 on our cook temperature. It's running 235, but it'll be doing a smoke off here pretty soon, and when it does, it'll actually drop temperature. It'll probably come down to about 210, maybe somewhere right around in there, and be smoking. But got everything set up, everything's ready to go. Like I said, I do like to run my smoker for about 45 minutes prior to smoking, just for the simple fact of keeping everything warm, getting everything up to temperature. I don't like having a cold rack or anything, throwing my food on a cold rack. Also, same thing with the food. I like laying it out, the meat, lay it out of the refrigerator. That way it's out of the refrigerator. It's actually coming up the temperature, temperature a little bit. I don't like throwing it just directly from the refrigerator right in there. Probably be about 46 degrees, 47 degrees when I first put it in there, but it's better than throwing it right out of the refrigerator into the smoker. And the pellets are the all-natural barbecue hardwood pellets from Pitt. I do like using the Pitt pellets. I've had some people say that they was going to mix some charcoal with their pellets, which actually that charcoal blend actually sounds interesting. Thinking about doing it because growing up we all cooked with just regular charcoal. We didn't have the fancy Pitt Bosses growing up, so we all like that charcoal flavor, and I liked it. Yep, and here goes the smoke off. So you can see it's smoking, and the temperature is dropping. It's down to about 215. So I wasn't too far off. It may drop a little bit more than that, but it's actually doing a smoke off right now. Anytime I check my water or anything like that, if it's doing a smoke off, I will not open the door. I'll wait until it's done and then do my check. But the only thing I got left to do is bring the meat out, put the meat in, plug the probes in, and we're ready to go. We're off to the races. All right, next time I come on here, we'll already have the meat in there, and we'll show you what it's looking like as it's cooking. All right, we're back out here. It's going on 2 hours, and we're going to check our water again. Make sure we're good on our water. So let's open this up and see how we're doing. Woo! Yeah. Look at there. That is looking good. We've already came up about 50 degrees. We're up to about 101, 103. So our temperature has came up. It said it was going to be about 46 when I first put it in after laying it out this morning, and I was really close. I was 47 on one and 49 on the other. So I was pretty close. But that is looking good. That has got a real good cook to it. Looking nice. See if I can get you in here, take a little bit closer look. All right, we'll get her butt back up here now. Don't want to lose too much heat out of her. But everything's cooking real good. It's smelling real good. So we'll come back out here in a couple hours, or about an hour or so. We'll come back out, we'll check her water again, and just keep an eye on her water and let her keep cooking. We're taking her up to 160 today, and I changed my mind. We're going to do a 160 cook, and then I want to put it in the pans and take it up to 195. But right now we're at 101, 106. All right. All right. It's been 7.5 hours. It is now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 7.5 hours. I'm going to fill my water. Now I've been filling it periodically, off and on today, about every 2 hours. Been just topping it off. It's actually been doing pretty good because we're running a little bit cooler day to day. So I haven't had a whole lot of evaporation where I had to do it every hour, but I ended up going every 2 hours because it's just not evaporating near as fast today. So what we want to do, give you a look at what we got here. That's looking pretty good there. Looking real nice. So what I'm going to do for this last couple hours, if we're going to be cooking, right now we're set at 151 and 146. So what I'm going to do for this last couple hours if we're cooking is I've been on low and slow, 225 all day. So what I'm going to do, we're going to bump it up to 250. We're going to take it up to 250 for the rest of the cook today. Hopefully this will be done sometime around 3:30. I'm setting it 140, what am I saying, 146 and 151. So when she comes up to temperature at 160, I'll come back and we'll do a little bit more recording and get everything wrapped, show you how we wrap it, and put it in the pan, slide her back in, and bring it up to 195 and call it a day. Take it in and let it rest for an hour before we eat. All right, we'll be back in a little bit. Okay. So we're at 151, 155. Working out in my garden today. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the pans and not wait till 160 so I can go back out and get back to work. Well, we're still gonna run them up to 195, so I'm gonna have my wife help me do this part. That way I don't have stuff blowing all over the place. So we're just going to take them, place them in the pans, and then she's going to take one of the aluminum foils, and we're just going to wrap it. And we're just going to wrap it with the probe still in it so we can keep an eye on the temperature. Then we're going to take it, and if she don't drop it on the ground,
don't drop it.
We're going to put it back in the cooker as long as she don't drop it on the ground.
There we go.
All right, and we're going to do our next one. Bottom of the pan. Like I said, we're going to put these back in, take them up to 195. Then we'll take them in for an hour, let them stand, let them cool. Well, these right here will actually set and soak in their own juice now. And that'll actually keep the moistness. All right. That'll be it until we get ready to pull them out. All right, so we're done. It's been an hour, and this is one of the chuck roasts. As you can see, look at that. That is gorgeous, and that is going to be flat delicious. Let's take a look at this over here. I cut a couple pieces. Nice little smoke ring there. That is going to be some good stuff. So this ended up taking a little bit longer than what I expected. I think we ended up running, one of them came out at 4 o'clock, and the other one came out at about 25 after 4. So it was a little bit later, so it took about 10 and a half hours for one and almost 11 hours for the other. But that's for cooking 225 for 8 hours and then bumping it up to 250. So if you want to cook 250, you can. I just like cooking slow. Didn't have anything else really to do other than work in my garden. So this is what we got for our roast for tonight. And coming up, I'm going to be doing a pork butt. Should be doing it hopefully Thursday. So y'all have a good one and enjoy smoking. God bless America. God bless the United States.